Well, it's going to be an incredible afternoon down here at the ballpark as we celebrate Tigers Foundation Day. You can see some of the items available for purchase, also to bid on throughout our telecast. Signed memorabilia, baseballs, bats, pitchers, all the above. Go to tigers.com/foundation day. It is time for one more thing. You know, we think Tigers baseball, we think about the on-field as this team makes a push for the postseason. But the organization as a whole, through the Tigers Foundation, has such a great impact on a lot of people throughout the great state of Michigan. Go to tigers.com/foundation day. You can scan the QR code there on your screen to purchase some of the packages available. Special guests lined up to join us throughout the ball game. It's going to be a great one. Series finale, Tigers Guardians, a special afternoon here on a Thursday.
At your local Hyundai dealer today.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan. Try the new strawberry watermelon refresher with freeze-dried strawberries today. By Rally House Michigan. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. Sail along with us for game number 3. It's a rubber match. Series goes to the victor today, 81 degrees. It's as sticky as a Post-it. That's great. That is great from the weather graphic today. And braving the elements is Kader Montero, the Tigers starting pitcher, presented by Wallside Windows. Dan Petrie.
You know what? Kader has pitched really well against Cleveland in his 2 previous career starts. Has a 2.38 ERA against them, limiting them to just 5 hits over 11 1/3 innings pitched.
Here we go. Somebody's going to be ahead of the other in the division when we finish this game, and it could be either team. First pitch, Montero to the 27 straight on-base guy, Stephen Kwan with ball 1. We're underway. James Hoy, the crew chief and native of Ohio, calls the first pitch a ball. 1-0 from Montero to Kwan. 2 balls, no strikes to Stephen Kwan, who has 3 hits and 3 walks in this series so far. He is the quintessential table setter. He is a rather stoic table setter by the glare out to Montero. And a 2-0 forthcoming. 3 balls, no strikes. There have been enough 3-0 counts in this series to Guardians hitters to last the entire season.
I was already looking at the first pitch like, gosh, has a first pitch ever been challenged, you know, and then just goes right to follow it up to go 3-0.
That's there. It's 3-1 on Kwan. Tigers are 3.5 back of the White Sox for first in the AL Central, a half game back of the Rangers for the last wild card spot with just about 40 to go. This will be Game number 121 for the Tigers. 41 remaining after this afternoon.
And so many of them yet to be played with Cleveland, with Chicago, with the Minnesota Twins.
3-2 roll to the right side. It's a sliding effort by Torres. Got him! Oh, that's nasty.
Wow, what a play on both sides. Gleyber Torres won just to be able to get to that ball. Once it's out of Spencer Torkelson's reach, going to his right, way on that outfield grass. But how about Cater Montero beating Stephen Kwan to the bag enough so that he can stretch to get that throw to make sure that he gets him. Big first out after falling behind 3-0.
And an All-State good hands replay on the 4-1 ground ball. Now DeLauder takes a strike. Oh, 1. It's called a ball. A little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm saying that's okay. That's a good changeup. Good spot for it. DeLauder, kind of the way he's swinging the bat, you pay attention every time he gets in that box.
They're staying off the fastball so far. 1 ball and 2 strikes on DeLauder.
He just seems to be covering everything too. Just inside pitches he's getting to, outside pitches he's getting to. Yeah, let's see how much he can get to the good variety of secondary pitches from Cater.
I got good news for you already. The White Sox are trailing. Sal Stewart, the second batter of the game, homered for Cincinnati in Chicago in their getaway day. The White Sox will come here to play the Tigers in a huge 3 games starting tomorrow. And you'd love to be either right here at 3.5 back or closer at 2.5 when Chicago comes in starting tomorrow if you're A.J. Hinch and Chris Fetter and the Brain Trust.
Yeah, I just love, as we were talking, I just love to see the Tigers sneak into that wild card position today.
Could do it.
Everything, you know, just one of those ones where you just get that opportunity if the Rangers lose. But I'll take you through the defense first.
Why don't you?
How about Javier Baez in left, Max Clark in center, Ben Malgeri in right, across the infield, How You Lee over at third, Kevin McGonigal, Gleyber Torres, Spencer Torkelson, and doing the catching again in this game, Dylan Dingler.
It's 3 in a row for Dylan. There's a ground ball to third, and it's past How You Lee. Into left field. DeLauder is on a play that could have been made.
Yeah, it looked like it went. How You Lee looked like he was over there in time. Just looked like it maybe shot right underneath his glove.
This is weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitchers for Cleveland. League average is 100 on anything with a plus next to it. Canal has had a great start to his career. Jose Ramirez just has not hit well against right-handed pitchers this season, and he still is without an extra base hit since his return from that injury. There goes DeLauder, throw down to second. A buzzsaw ends up in right center field. McGonigal covering, couldn't reel it in, sent out 3 bases for Cleveland, and DeLauder.
DeLauder picks up his 8th stolen base, and this looked like a good throw, and he's going to get him.
Yeah.
Kevin McGonigal tries to decoy DeLauder by holding the glove on him as he gets up, just holding that glove, hoping that he would stay as the ball went into center field, hoping he would stay at second, but he saw it and was able to scamper to third.
Infield in as that served foul down the right field line, 0-2.
Well, you just see that Stephen Vogt knows how important these games are. This is the way Cleveland came out last night, scoring a couple of runs in that first inning. They're being real aggressive so far here.
2 strikes. Would love the strikeout here if you're Montero. And instead, it's a pop-up. Take that. Lee makes the catch, 2 down. Wow.
Yeah, and getting him to expand the strike zone on a ball that's clearly up and in. Well, I don't know that you could throw that any better and get a swing. They want this ball up. Look at where that is. But Dylan Dingler gave that target up like that. Cater Montero hit right where Dylan wanted it. Got Jose Ramirez to swing at it for the easy pop-up.
So big second out. DeLauder at third for Nathaniel Lowe. who was transplanted here at the trade deadline, the 31-year-old left-hander.
Well, he made a great pickup to end the game last night over at first base on Brian Rocchio's throw. Nice pickup to save the day for the Guardians and Cade Smith.
Ground ball to second. Torres stonewalls it. Inning over. Tigers wobble, don't fall down. No score after a half inning.
Some people might give.
Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. No score, bottom one here at Comerica Park. And the Tigers batting order presented by the fine folks at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Slugging versus left-handed fastballs. And when you look at the run value on fastballs, Parker Messick is one of the best in Major League Baseball, so that Valencia at bat will be interesting. A couple others as well. Dingler, they've peppered with fastballs at points in his time against them the past couple of years. And a first pitch to Gleyber Torres is a strike on a fastball, 0-1.
Yeah, he's got that little extra little giddy up on that fastball, and also pairs it really well with his changeup.
Mix in a curveball, and it's a home menu.
And he's limiting right-handed hitters to a 196 average with a 585 OPS. And most of it comes on that four-seam changeup. There's the changeup.
Dan, I have a note for you from a StatCast friend who has texted in to answer your question. It's a text version of Hot Corner, which Hot Corner will get very jealous. Ground ball to third. That's Henao with a throw to first for out number one. So cover your ears, Hot Corner. But 31 times this year, the first pitch a team has seen has been challenged. So top of the first, bottom of the first, it's 31 first pitches.
Already, yeah.
But that's not, of all the games, over months and months and months, 31 of them is not that many.
I mean, yeah.
You would have thought it's less, though, right?
Yes, you put it in that context, I would have thought it was a lot less, maybe a handful. You know, somebody is in a bad mood and just says, I'm challenging. You know,
that's an early bad mood, by the way.
Well,
ornery
yeah,
in the first.
Something happened, you know, the night before. I'm challenging right away.
You're saying like maybe the Chris Sale category in the Bronx a couple days ago.
You know what? Actually, I was thinking of Jazz Chisholm, didn't he? I think he has done it before too.
2-0 on Dingler from Messick, and Dillon pops it up. It's a two-seam fastball that ends up high in this very high sky anyway, and Nathaniel Lowe hauls it in for out number two.
Well, the Tigers have got to Messick in his previous two starts. He's 0-1 with a 5.40 ERA, and he's allowed 4 home runs in 10 innings of work, so maybe some of these secondary pitches he'll hang, and Tigers can get to him again today.
That is not the way you want to start your day if you're Austin Hedges back behind the plate.
Well, James Hoyt just goes running right out there and giving Austin Hedges again just that professional courtesy, just to give him a little extra time.
You don't want to get clipped in the front if you're Hedges. Check swing foul 0-2 on McGonigal.
Trimming the hedges already in this game. Yeah.
Well, you know, we have such a cinematic minded crew. They're to dissolve again. They're just trying to pile up a big stack of middies now. It's Blaustein down there.
He's laughing.
He is laughing.
My favorite shot.
Guaranteed. 1-2 from Messick to McGonigal. Strike 3 called on a slider, pinpoint to the corner.
Yeah, this is where if he's got these secondary pitches going, he is a tough character. Those are the ones that you're just hoping he doesn't continue to make pitches, and maybe he'll hang a few and there'll be a smile.
Here's a look from Wirecam, brought to you by Shaner Roofing and the overlooked deck out in the outfield here at Comerica Park. That is a beautiful place to watch a day game for sure. Montero's in with a strike on Joe Adell, who has felt the need to leave this ballpark in each of the first 2 games of the series. Oh, and 1 to Adele. And here's a chopper to third. It's how you lead. And it's out number 1. Johnny Kane, what do you got on Adele?
Well, you're talking about Joe Adele, obviously, since coming over from the Angels. And, A.J. Hinch was talking with Stephen Vogt just about how he kind of fits that mold. Obviously, Cleveland's really high on him, but you think back to like David Fry, John Kenzie Noel, Lane Thomas, kind of fits that mold, that big right-handed threat, the threat of a right-handed bat in the middle of a pretty stacked left-handed lineup. Right there, Tigers fortuitous that he didn't do any damage in his first AB.
It's a good point. I mean, they have been, first of all, switch hitter heavy. So you see whatever they want you to see in some ways. But now they're much more, as you said, left-handed heavy specifically. And it's funny how quickly that changes. There's a fly ball to center and Max Clark's underneath. Johnny, Riley Green comes out of the Tigers lineup and you're like, wow, that's a pretty right-hand heavy lineup now. It's one guy.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what's going to be interesting just moving forward, how these, the roster construction is going to be what it is. The Tigers right now, have some options as far as what they want to do while Riley is out. Similar to that note, I just want to mention about, we saw yesterday with James Outman, never took the pitch off the chin. Yeah. He's been placed on the 7-day concussion protocol. So they brought up Trey Cruz. So now you've got Cruz as an option with your outfielders. Obviously, Malgeri's is starting right today. Javi Baez making his first career start in left field. Again, that's more defensive positioning, but to your point about with Riley being out of the lineup, just going to be interesting. Some teams, how they're going to manage this moving forward, and the fact that the Tigers have such a critical series here against Cleveland. We'll get them one more time. And then obviously Chicago series coming up as well. Be interesting to just see how AJ decides to manage this and slot his lineup accordingly.
That's right, and that's our Henry Ford health injury update. A.J. Hinch loves switch hitters more than life itself. A good cup of coffee, sure, but a great switch hitter, way better than a good coffee shop. Trey Cruz happy to be back here. Wencel Perez certainly, hopefully, coming back. There was, for Wencel Perez, a little bit of a hiccup. We hope that he comes back sooner rather than later as well. But, that was a scary scene.
Just a freak accident that happens, and looked like things were progressing the way he wanted to, the team wanted, and then just that little step back.
Shot to center field. There's a lot of room there. Max Clark makes the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for Montero. Wow, how about that? Hot corner. A little jealous of the text hot corner. Hot corner coming in smoking hot.
A car crash.
It is Tigers Foundation Day here at the ballpark, and on our telecast as we raise money for the Tigers Foundation and everything they do around Detroit and the state of Michigan and beyond. And we are happy to be joined by Nick Leonis from Miracle Little League here in Detroit, the state of Michigan. Nick, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me here today.
It's a big couple days for you all. I know you did the fantasy camp and game yesterday involving the Tigers. I've seen those before. They are marvelous events. Tell us what you got to do here yesterday, as this is a fly ball right side for Valencia out of the warning track and eventually run down by DeLauder, out number 1.
So yesterday we had 2 of our very own Detroit Tigers, Spencer Torkelson and his wife McKenna, came out with Tyler Holton and his wife Storm, and we had stations for 50 of our players from around 5 of the leagues in the state, and it was a really great opportunity for them to know that the Tigers, the players that they watch, really care about them.
As people maybe learn about Miracle League for the first time, just give us the mission kind of and what you all do. We know about it, but tell our viewers.
Miracle League basically says that everyone deserves to play baseball. I've talked to a lot of parents who might say when they get a diagnosis for their child that they wonder, will I ever be able to see them round the bases? Will I ever be able to coach their teams? And the answer is, with Miracle League, yes. And I think that's what we do. We give that opportunity where otherwise they would not be able to play baseball.
And we were just talking to, can you just tell us where some of the fields are located, and where did that field or the fantasy camp take place?
The field where fantasy camp took place was in Southfield. So we have that was the first adaptive field in the state of Michigan that opened up in 2004. And since then, there have been other Miracle League fields that have grown around the state. Ours are in Southfield, as mentioned, Orion Township, and Mundy Township right outside of Flint.
It's a fantastic program for kids with both physical and cognitive disabilities, right? And everybody can play.
Everyone can play. It's pretty incredible.
How do they end up at one facility or the other? You know, do they have to live in Southfield, or can they go to whatever field there is?
They can go to whatever field is most convenient to them, and we want to make sure that
good. We'll take care of you if it comes back here.
All right, appreciate that. Wherever they're most comfortable going, and each field is made where the bases are built into the field. It's rubber, so there's no. It's easy to get around the bases. So it's pretty incredible space for all of our players to play.
So tell us about the partnership with the Tigers. It is Tigers Foundation Day. How did that come to pass, and what does that mean to your group?
It means so much. They look forward to this every year.
Little tapper, first base side, tough play for Messick. He'll shovel, and it's over the head and glove of Lowe. Torque sprints to second base. He was pitching yesterday at the Miracle League game. Now he's turning on the Jets to get 2 bases out of it.
Absolutely. He's one of our biggest supporters. He's helped support even outside the foundation. Spencer and his wife McKenna have been absolutely fantastic to us. But the foundation and us partnered a few years ago. There's a gentleman named Jeremy Fluke who saw these around the country and said, I want to connect the Major League Baseball team in that area to a field and a league. So he helped facilitate that, and ever since it's been an annual event.
Is the auction going on right now? We see a lot of these, the memorabilia, the signed baseballs and the bats and everything. That auction's going on right now?
Go
ahead.
There's all sorts of ways that I think the foundation has raised money to make this happen, and I think that is one of the ways.
You can scan the QR code that we had on the screen as well, Dan, if you want to get your phone out, Peaches. There, scan the QR code. And different packages right now that you can. Dan's going to do it, actually. He just grabbed his phone.
I'm going to see some of the. Yeah, I'm going to see some of the.
This into right field, and it's directly at DeLauder, who's there to make the catch. He puts it on the ground after the exchange. They will give the out. We saw one of these last night with Corey Jolks as well. And 2 down on the Lee fly ball out. But if you want to join in on Foundation Day, just scan the QR code that was on the screen there. As DeLauder on the replay, you can pretty clearly see he had complete control of the ball. And out number 2.
I'm still looking at the packages.
I know you are. You got your phone out. It's great.
So one of the things I get to do during the game, so we have non-competitive and competitive leagues. The non-competitive is 2 innings. Everyone hits, everyone scores. It's so much fun. And then we do have a competitive league that is 4 innings, 3 outs. Each kid gets 8 pitches, and that's a lot of fun. But I get to call those games. So
you do play-by-play?
I do play-by-play. So,
really?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I have to reciprocate. If you ever want to come and call with me in the booth at the field, I'd love it.
Chuck, do you have that can of worms that was just open? Hear that? You might have just walked into doing play-by-play for this batter, is what you may have.
I mean, that would be a dream.
It's Max Clark on 0-2.
All right, Max Clark. Pitcher looks in, delivers, and he hits a soft tapper to second base, where the putout is made for the final out of this inning.
Nick, that is pretty good without a scorecard in front of you.
I appreciate
that
it.
is awesome. Nick Leonis from Miracle League here in Michigan. Brilliant stuff that you all do. I would be happy to be a part of it in the future. That is on the record.
And I would too, Nick. I would love to come out there.
If you
and
need
be
an
a part
analyst,
of that, no, and participate.
Thank you.
No score as we move to the top of the 3rd here at Comerica Park. Great to be joined by Nick Leonis here on Tigers Foundation Day. And Miracle League of Michigan does outstanding work. Anybody with disabilities getting the chance to play sports, and it is no surprise that Spencer Torkelson and Tyler Holton are big supporters. They are two wonderful dudes. And Torque, by the way, sprinting out of the box on that ball in the bottom of the second. As look out, Hedges got one in the chin or so. 2-0.
And their wives, you know, McKenna and Storm,
yeah.
both, you know, for them to be involved in that.
Two-0. Swing and a miss. Hedges really opened up on a high fastball. 2-1.
See if we can get Austin Hedges out today. You know, after the big day he had yesterday with the 3 walks, which was, you know, you pointed out the career high for Austin Hedges.
Chopper to third and a low grab for Lee. He does have time for out number 1. Austin Hedges has a career 562 OPS in stadiums that feature Hedges. Well, how many have Hedges? Does Colorado count? Colorado White Sox counts. Atlanta has Hedges.
But it's lower
Pittsburgh.
than his career OPS.
It is. You would think he would derive some sort of superpower.
Yeah, his eyes would light up and
Yeah, feel at home.
kind of invigorated, you know.
He's going to either love this or hate this. It's not a middle ground sort of thing. You know, the best Austin Hedges story that I've heard was a couple years ago when he was the guy on the pitch comm that had the button that had the pump up button. And he said, like, you know, yes to his pitchers through pitch comm. And it was his voice pumping them up.
I remember calling them names and
that's right,
cursing at them, things like that.
That's right. It was just all like exclamation.
In Texas, I think it was in Texas when they won the World Series.
I think you're right. I think that's when it was. You're right.
You know, he got traded over there or was on that team late in the year, and that was kind of how he kept it light.
Check swing. No go. You said Rocchio appealed. I love when hitters appeal. Rocchio was like, ask him. I didn't.
I didn't. He'll tell you I didn't.
Watch. He checks his swing, and then he said, he didn't. You don't call it. Him. That's a warning to the plate umpire, James Hoy, the crew chief. Like, he's got a better view of that I didn't do.
Don't you think about it.
Right. 2-2 on Rocchio. That was a center cut fastball, and it ends up in right field. Nicely done by Malgiri to go over and backhand it and keep him to a single. That's a really nice play from Ben Malgiri.
It sure was, and just the angle. You got to make sure that you take the correct angle out there to make sure that you can do that. And you can see him going diagonally instead of right across. If he goes across on that ball, it's going to go and squirt into that alley. But because he went diagonally out toward it to cut it off, was able to snare it and keep Rocchio at first. Let's see how aggressive Rocchio is going to be. DeLauder already with the stolen base.
He had a pretty good lead there on the first pitch on strike 1 to Kwan. No walks, no strikeouts. First revolution through the order for Cleveland today. Montero, no surprise, he's all over the strike zone on first pitches. You see his native country still sewn on his cap after everything they've been through this year with the earthquakes. Chopper, shortstop. Kevin, out number 2. Figer Law has a word for you.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
2 down, runner at second here in the third, and Montero to DeLauder. This is a wild thing to say, Dan. You know what I'm going to say?
I don't. No.
DeLauder has been such a dangerous hitter. Ramirez behind him, but that point is moot. I wasn't going to say walk him, but you don't necessarily want to feed that guy right now.
I was going to say, but yeah, it's a tough situation because, boy, Jose Ramirez is just waiting to do damage.
You see these cars.
Tigers are in the hunt, so we have an offer for you right now. Stream the games with a 7-day free trial on Detroit Sportsnet, presented by Bet365. Don't wait. This offer ends Saturday, 10 a.m. National exclusivities do apply. Visit tigers.com/DSN. If you're watching over the air on Fox 2 or all of our affiliates across the region, we are so glad to have you along. It's Tigers Foundation Day, and this is a 7-day free trial. The offer ends Saturday, 10 a.m. If you'd like to jump in, we saw Ken Daniels on the pregame show earlier today. That means wing season is on the way. So Ken and Mickey and the entire crew would love to have you on DSN as well. By the way, what Ken does and how much of his heart he throws into the Jamie Daniels Foundation is over the moon. I mean, he is an unstoppable force. I was very fortunate to get invited to a panel in an off season here in Detroit, and how much care he puts into helping other people is just beyond the scope of regular humanity.
And the story behind how the whole foundation was founded is a remarkable story too, and rather tragic, you know, too. But just, you know, what he does has been spectacular. I think he's going to have Chris Osgood is going to be the person that's going to be roasted.
Oh, that'll be great. Base hit, Javi Baez, and he's thinking second base. He turns on the Jets. He's on his way. He is there. It's a double for Javi Baez to lead off the third. He's got another gear, Dan.
Boy, you know what? And Javi went down and got that changeup, which has been a good pitch for Parker Messick. It was down, and he wasn't thinking about it right at first, but got to first base, and I think kind of suckered Joe Adell into that out there. Just like, okay, he's just going to coast and think about, you know what? I don't have to hurry, and then Javi just baited him in there to get that double.
There is a moment right at first base, I think we were both watching it live, where the pedal hits the floor, and it is a thing of beauty.
It is. I just think they look. They look and they're just saying, oh, you know what? He's just kind of knows that's a single, and then he looks at Joe Adell the way he's going after him, and then just, oh, I'm going to deke him into thinking I'm stopping, and then turns it on right when he gets to the bag. What do I say? You never know what you're going to see from Javi Baez in any game.
But it's always going to be dramatic.
I mean, it's just his baseball instincts. It's just something's going to happen that you generally don't see or you're not expecting.
He might lull you into not expecting it. 2-2 on Malgiri.
And then just, you know, we'll see what happens on out there in left field, if he ends the game out in left field or if he is shifted back into the infield. But you just got to feel that some ball's going to be hit to him and he's going to make a nice play on it.
Messick a little out of sorts here. 3-2 on Malgiri, who's seen 4 fastballs and then check swing, strike on a changeup. It's got to be a fastball, right? He hit him with it. It's a fastball that grazed Malgiri, and the Tigers have 2 on with nobody out. And if Messick doesn't have answers with his fastball, that could lead to a big inning. Did that go bat first?
I don't know if that hit the knob, and that's what
they might challenge.
Stephen Vogt coming out to say something.
Now, if he's going to go ask for them to talk it over, he could do that, but he was too late to challenge in a replay review situation. Watch again.
But it looked like the knob.
Yeah, knob then arm.
Right.
Okay. Tigers will take it. 2 on. Top of the order, Gleyber Torres, ball 1.
And this is the guy you want at the plate when you're starting to spray the fastball a little bit, or spray all your pitches. Now Gleyber gets up there, is going to be real patient with a couple of hitters on.
Yeah, 2-0 with how good the fastball has been for Messick. When that is wonky, where does he turn? What's around the next corner? Ball 3, no challenge. It's low. Chevy's strongest player. This is all pitches across Major League Baseball. He is the second best fastball, fourth best pitch across the majors. But not today. Bases loaded. He went to the two-seamer and misfired. Still nobody out for Dylan Dingler.
We'll see if Carl Willis, yeah, he's going to head up the stairs here to have a quick chat with Messick. Just get him reeled back in. Doesn't particularly walk a whole lot of guys, and just all of a sudden just kind of can't find the plate, spraying the ball all over the place. Arm side, glove side, just trying to find that release point.
One of the things that he does well is hit every quadrant with that fastball. He doesn't just elevate it necessarily, though that's where it lives. He generally is able to put it where he wants, within the strike zone.
And he's got, if it fails him, he's got other pitches to get him back into counts, like that cutter he can throw, the slider. He's got other pitches that he can land until he can find that four-seam fastball. But that's a big pitch for him that he relies on. It's his #1 used pitch.
Now what to Dingler after the meeting of Carl Willis? Bases loaded. First one is a ground ball right at third. And now puts it on the ground, picks it up, and does get it out. But the Tigers take a run, only one away. Runners at second and third here in the third.
Yeah, I think Canal was going to go to second base. I don't think he was coming home and just was able to keep that ball in front of him. But I think he was going to try to go to second to get a double play. And they did have the perfect double play ball, unable to do it. Big base hit right here will score another 2.
McGonigal flares it foul, strike 1. One more bobble from Hanau there. It could have been disaster.
Yes.
With the infield in, it's 2 strikes on McGonigal. Back to the slider from Messick.
Yeah, and he went to the changeup to get Dylan. That's the thing. He's got his secondary pitches are good. It's just if you're spraying your fastball, you know you're going to get your fastball back, but you can go and rely on something else until you find it.
Changeup 1-2. But make no mistake, he needs the fastball.
Yeah, and you know he's going to find it. It's going to come back to him, but for whatever reason, it's just left him here to the Tigers' delight.
And he has left the fastball now. I mean, he's thrown mostly secondary stuff.
They have been, and you know that's what you think that I think Carl Willis can tell him.
2-2. It's a cutter.
And that's it. He should rely on those until he finds it. That cutter, it's got a little less break to it. The slider, a little less break to it. Kevin just sees that pitch out of the hand up there and says, oh, it's got hit me written all over it, and just swings underneath it.
It's probably a strike if he takes it. Now Valencia looks at a ball that clangs off of Hedges, 1-0.
And Valencia hit that ball to right field really good, and it was on a pitch that was out over the plate. And that's the thing. If you continue to live out over the plate, Valencia's going to do some damage. Generally doesn't try to pull it, goes the other way, and a strong young man.
It's behind the fastball, back to the four-seamer, 1-1, but that was going to be out of the zone too.
And that's where he lives. Not all the time, as you pointed out. He likes to hit everywhere, but a lot of the times he will try to shoot that ball up with that four-seamer.
That's a ball and no challenge. That looked like it might have been good.
But
just below.
Boy, and Austin Hedges was really good in last night's game in his challenges. You know, and what makes Parker Messick very, very good also is, beside the pitches that he has, is that deception in his delivery. There's a lot going on in that delivery, and I think it makes it difficult for the hitters to pick the pitch up because of how quick he is and how fast he moves. Got his arms and his legs all moving, that whip action in that left arm.
Strike three on a fastball, inning over, but Javi Baez has scored the game's first run. It started with a single, right? Yeah, it's just a base hit. No. Teleport to second base, 1-0 Tigers.
Do is win.
11 batters in, 9 outs for Kader Montero, and here are the 9 outs. They are all field outs so far. No strikeouts, no walks.
And you'll take that. I mean, Kader sometimes will have a fair share of strikeouts, but not a whole lot of swing and miss today. But that's one of the pitches that he's been able to land, and it's been a good one. Before that one, he's thrown 80% strikes with that. 8 out of 10, now 9 out of 11.
In with a fastball fouled away, 0-2. But if he's gonna land that slider like that, fastball even 93 will do the job.
And it looks like they're trying to go up and in on Jose Ramirez. We saw him hit that little weak pop-up back in the first with a runner on third. That's been another one that Kader has landed so far, but be careful with that one. Don't hang that knuckle curve. You're going to throw that, bounce that thing.
Ground ball, foul. Did you hear that? He said that's a pretty good eye to know that ball's foul. Somebody said that to first base umpire James Jean. Because the last bounce was fair.
I like how they can pick up, you know, the mic, you can pick up that sound. Yeah.
It's great.
See if he goes back to that fastball inside after that slider.
Jose was ready to either leave or swing, and he did neither.
And, well, he took that one. The last one he didn't, and hit that pop-up.
Slider laced down the right field side and foul. And this from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Lease a Ford F-150 for $399 a month for 24 months. Or returning AZ Plan lessees can lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months.
I got breaking news from the Tigers' next opponent. For the second time in a week, the White Sox are without their starting pitcher early in a game. Once it was because of an accidental second mound visit. Today it's because Davis Martin was ejected by Alan Porter in the top of the third. So the White Sox bullpen is active right now in the third inning. This is flied to right. Ben Malgiri makes the catch. This is a wild one. The White Sox were down 3-0. They had taken a 4-3 lead with a 3-run second inning. So they're up. Cincinnati's batting, but Davis Martin was ejected. Eric Fedde is into the ballgame. That has real ramifications for the series starting tomorrow here at Comerica Park.
It does. You don't think they'd bring Davis Martin back for the game on Sunday?
I don't know. Maybe.
You know, if he was pitching today, he wasn't going to be scheduled to pitch in the series, and now it's like, do we treat it like he threw on the side kind of thing? It depends on how many pitches and how stressful, I guess.
That's right. 35 pitches in 3 ups, so he got up for a third time. The White Sox are in first in the American League Central. Bet365 upcoming schedule. They're the only team with 3 guys with 25+ homers. And they have shown some power once again today with doubles galore, 4 of them. It's a ball to low. Chase Mydroth, 2 doubles. Randall Grichuk, 2 doubles. And that's how they lead 4-3.
Yeah, and Luis Castillo, he pitched yesterday. He was brilliant.
That's in there, a stringy changeup, 2-2.
I'm saying, speaking of brilliant, that was a brilliant changeup.
So it was supposed to be Anthony Kay tomorrow originally for the White Sox, but it looks like it's going to be Jose Urquidy up from AAA Charlotte, our old pal. Jose Urquidy looks like he's going to join the rotation for the White Sox. He's down in AAA. They have an extra bullpen arm right now. They have a 9-man bullpen. They're going to need it today.
And they've used that opener for Fetty. I wonder if they would use an opener for Urquidy.
Could be. 2-2. Fly ball high in the air, right center field. Malgiri is on there to make the catch for out number 2. Max Clark was shaded to left center. Malgiri picked up the slack, and 2 gone.
You know, just the communication, though, on that ball, it was no problem for Max Clark. Max Clark had a beat on that and then just changed directions and said, nope, Ben Malgiri's got this one all the way. I'm just going to go right behind him. I mean, for a young player not going out there and just saying, you know, I'm going to get everything, just says, no, I'm going to kind of peel off here. That's an easy play for Ben. Put it in his pocket.
It's a great look from our Shaner Roofing wire cam. That is the second time we've seen Max Clark peel away, take the exit ramp. And with all that we have seen communication-wise for the Tigers in the outfield, to have a guy who is so fluid to make that decision, and as you said, not feel the need to make every play at all times, but finish the play with his teammate, is a great sign for the Tigers, who lead 1-0.
It is Tigers Foundation Day here at the ballpark, and for everybody at home, you can scan the QR code to be an active participant in the bidding process and purchase some of the special packages that we have throughout the day. And we mentioned we're going to have a lot of special guests throughout our game telecast, including Desiree Jennings, the CEO of the Children's Center. Desiree, good to be with you up here in the 200 level. How you doing?
Yes, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What can you tell us about your program, about the Children's Center, now in your second year as CEO?
So the Children's Center is in the city of Detroit. We've been around since 1929, so almost 100 years. And we provide behavioral health services for kids and families, child welfare services, and community engagement and advocacy. So we do everything from therapy to helping kids get adopted, to making sure our families have clothes and shoes and all the things that they need to be successful in life.
It's incredible. I know you've been involved with the Children's Center for 16 years, you said?
Yes, I've been there 16 years, August 10th, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're coming up on, well, I guess, what is today? No, we just passed. Okay, I got you. I got you. What can you tell us about this Backpack Bazaar?
So the Backpack Bazaar, which is spearheaded by the Tigers Foundation, coming up on year 4 of our partnership, and we give away 2,000 filled backpacks to elementary, middle, and high school students. And it is amazing because kids get to have glue, and they have pens and papers and folders and all the things that they need to start school, because the Tigers Foundation started this with us a few years ago. It started with a grant, and they gave 1,500 backpacks. And then 2 years ago, 2,000, last year 2,000. And then next week, it's going to be another 2,000 backpacks.
That's incredible. That's the meaningful stuff. You know, two of my 3 sisters are teachers, and I know how just the challenges of like trying to get ready for the classroom and all the kids, make sure everybody's prepared. How much have you seen just like the community support, obviously with the Tigers Foundation, as far as making like impactful like life changes for a lot of folks?
So one of the things with the community support is that the Tigers Foundation not only spearheads it, but they also do the work. So they come on site, they fill the backpacks, they distribute them, they organize everything. So when you have a partner that's willing to get in the trenches, it makes it that much more meaningful. So they are really partnered with our mission to help children and families shape their own futures. And those are the type of mission partners that we want, the people who will get in there with you and do the work.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, I'm glad I got to talk to you today.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad too.
I appreciate it. Desiree Jennings, she knows what she's doing and doing some God's work with the Children's Center, and grateful to be part of the Tigers Foundation as we continue to, kind of look at the different programs and the different partnerships that are just across the state of Michigan, guys. It's an important day today, and we appreciate her time.
And thanks to Desiree and Johnny, thank you, as always, for caring so much about what the Tigers Foundation does and just being a good soul who understands how important the work is. And so if you scan the QR code, it'll take you to the Tigers Foundation Day packages you can bid on or buy. There's an alumni mystery package. There are 2 alumni mystery packages. The 3rd alumni mystery package, which is not available, is where Dan Petrie jumps in a box. We wrap it up with a bow, and then he's delivered to your house.
That's a big old box.
It is. It's an insightful box. There's a Riley Green package as well. There's a framed collectible, game-used jersey piece, a game-used bat piece, signatures from Dylan Dingler, Miguel Cabrera, Alan Trammell. There's all kinds of stuff on the website. If you're a Tigers fan and you're into collectibles at all, it's a nice gift for somebody, for a young person's birthday, for mom's birthday, grandpa's birthday, whatever it might be. It is great work that the Tigers Foundation does around Detroit and around the state of Michigan, and you do help fund it. So thank you for whatever you can provide. You can also donate if you don't want the stuff and you want to leave that for somebody else. Every little bit absolutely does help. I've seen that. $20 here, $20 there. It's a wonderful thing if you're able. That is a jam shot, ground ball to first. Lowe feeds Messick. It's 3-1, and that is the inning in the 4th. Well, it looks like that 7 straight 2 runs or closer is probably safe.
Big.
Oh, that's good. Kader Monteiro. Nice. Nice. 1-0 your score, 5th inning. Time for a mystery guess. Could be anybody, and it's Andy Dirks.
Well, yeah, and then there's some mysteries are greater than others.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
How's the pregame desk?
It's great.
Yeah?
Me and Logan down there chopping it up. Johnny was on.
Yeah, there were 3 of you at the desk before we hit air, and I looked down. I thought we were only missing Nick Saban. I thought we had college game day downstairs.
It felt a lot like that. You know, it was laid back but intense. It was a fortified group of guys down there just discussing the beauty of baseball and how big this game is.
Huge game. Travis Bazzana, the batter. It's been everything, guys, that we thought a Cleveland Tigers series would be.
A lot of good pitching.
That's what I was going to say. Just the beauty of the game. Speaking about how beautiful has Kader Monteiro been. I mean, he's got it going today.
1-1 is hit skyward. Malgerian right waves for it, and he makes the catch. Before you came on, we were talking about Max Clark and his ability to avoid fielders.
Yeah.
His communication ability. Let's not underrate how important that is and his fluidity out there. Does that help a corner outfielder a lot, a little, or none?
A lot, because you can just go after whatever you want. And then the more you play next to a guy, the more you get the vibe. But you see with Max very quickly, he's aggressive to the ball, and he either calls it off and gets it early, or he backs off, which is beautiful if you're in the corner. You never want a center fielder that's constantly running, and at the last second call you off on everything. But he does a good job of understanding where he's at, where his range is. He gets the balls quickly. And the one with Malgeri, these guys played together quite a bit. Right. So they know each other in center and right field right now.
Like you and Dan.
Right. Yeah. Well, we didn't play together.
Yeah.
We do a little broadcast together.
Yeah, I mean, you're the only one who thought I meant that.
Yeah.
No, but we know what the other one's going to say. How about that?
Yeah, for sure.
I knew you were going to say that. 2-1 to Henao from Monteiro. Ground ball to shortstop. McGonigal behind the bag. 2 down. Dan, I was thinking the other day, and it's hit me even more with you two in the booth, with the White Sox coming in. How things have changed since 2024, since that clincher, but how they're kind of the same. This is so similar to 24, but you're trying to catch the White Sox instead of somebody else.
But, you know, we were talking a little bit, and I just would love to see going into this weekend the Tigers in that wild card spot just because of how hard they've been working to get here, to get back in the race. And for them to be in a wild card spot to get into the weekend is going to give them that, you know what, we've busted our tails for these couple of months here now. We're in a playoff position now, boys. Let's not stop here. Let's keep right where we are, but now let's overtake it and try to win a division here.
Hedges pop up, McGonigal at short. We'll find out later on. Texas plays the Angels at 10:05 tonight. Tigers lead here 1-0.
Good.
Time for today's DirecTV new era, and this is lowest walks and hits per inning pitched. Parker Messick is 5th in the last 100 seasons. 5th, right behind Bob Moose.
Say it again.
Bob Moose. First pitch here is a roller to short. And one away on a ground ball from Javi Baez. Bob Moose.
That's a good name. Messick's unbelievable. I mean, you see the fastball today. In big spots, he can get the fastball by some of the best fastball hitters on this Tiger squad.
You know what I would think would be hard, and you tell me, just his delivery to me is just that real quick, a lot of stuff going on. How hard is it to pick up as opposed to a guy that's nice and smooth and fluid?
Anytime a guy hides that ball behind his head, so he comes behind his back, and the release point, you don't see it until it's out in front of his body. Watch where the left hand goes. See how it comes behind his hat? He hides the ball very well. That makes that fastball jump, and he's got good vert on it anyways from where he throws it. So he hides it, plus it feels like it rises a little bit. It's a tough pitch to compete against.
And I think he sells his changeup really well with that delivery also. So if you're trying to catch up to that fastball and then he throws that changeup, I think it really fools hitters because of how quick that motion is.
Guys like this, sometimes you feel like you don't pick the ball up until it's about a third way to home plate. Right? So out of hand, you always try to pick up delivery point, and the guys that you see the best are the ones that you can see the ball while it's still in their hand. A guy like Messick, you're not going to see the ball until it's already popped out of his hand.
Because it's to me, it's just so quick.
So you know how hard that makes to pick up the changeup?
Detroit is challenging.
We're stealing the camera here, but there is a challenge coming for the Tigers. So here's Parker Messick's delivery. We'll get back to this in a second.
Detroit will have one challenge remaining.
That is a strike, and it's a good solid strike. So there's going to be one challenge left for the Tigers. Gleyber Torres had that strike stand. Oh, that was a ridiculous breaking ball.
And you see Gleyber gave up on it right out of the hand because it looks like, well, it's going to be a ball. It's an outside. And it shows you guys, they're not seeing spin. They're not seeing the hump. They're not seeing the different hand positioning on his off-speed and breaking pitches.
But you see the sharp? I mean, that was about halfway to the plate, and it curved more.
He's got a very quick arm. It gets through that slot in a hurry.
Watch this thing. Yikes. One-two. It's in the dirt.
From a hitter's perspective, you're picking up on abnormalities. Anything that looks different than the fastball, it might pop up out of his hand. You might see the spin. You might see a difference in grip. The quicker a guy's arm is, the better he hides it, the harder it is to see it.
Dan, did you, how much was deception a piece of how you developed your own style?
You know, that's such a good question because I always felt like in my delivery, I always tried to be really smooth just to try and throw more strikes. But then you go back and look at your windup and you're going, I was ugly.
Nobody's ever said that about you.
No, I did.
Oh.
I mean, you get stuff going everywhere and you felt as smooth as could be. So I think it did. It played in right where I wanted to.
Have the meat.
Oh, it's our daily dose of history. It's time for the Carhartt Tiger of the Day. Okay, we're guessing today, boys. Dan, Andy selected in consecutive Rule 5 drafts in 15 and 16. Twice a Rule 5 draft pick. You got it? Andy's grabbed his phone.
Yeah. Google might have a better answer than I do.
That's your first one. All right, it was a relief pitcher. Second most relief appearances by a Tiger from 17 to 19.
Rule 5. Why can't it be the most? Why's it got to be the second most?
Why do you have to complain about the clues? We'll get back to the next clue in mere moments as Montero to Rocchio, another first pitch swing, another fly ball, another Malgiri effort, and another out, one away in this rubber match here in the 6th. Your third and final clue, boys. He was nearly ejected for an anthem standoff with Sandy Alcantara in 2019. His last name has one vowel in it. I feel like
is that
Alex Trebek's
A-E-I-O-U?
Yeah, Celebrity Jeopardy.
And I remember when it happened. What's his first name begin with?
A D, an Old English D. There's a bunt shown. Ball 1 to Quan. The answer is Daniel Stumpf. And you were yet again stumped.
Stumpf.
By Tiger of the Day, presented by Carhartt.
It's a good one.
You were going to win an entire bag of candy to take home to either Petey or the kids.
I just take the
both
candy
you
you bring to the home to the kids anyways.
Well, that's what
it keeps going.
When you join the booth, they take our candy drawer, and now it's being rated by our entire crew in the booth next door. Check swing, no go, 2-1 on Quan.
Can I just put up a little protest? Did I say what's his last name begin with?
I thought you said his first name.
I thought I said last name.
I'm with
Dan.
Dan.
Know.
Stop it. We'll have to check the tape.
I was gonna say.
Okay. Starts with an S. You got it?
Yeah, it was Daniel Stump, wasn't it?
Yeah, great job. Congratulations. 3-1 to Quan. DeLauder is next. You don't want to give a free pass to this Cleveland team. We saw how much it can hurt in the first 2 games of this series. 3-1. Montero to Quan. Right back to Montero. He knocks it down, recovers, scoops it, and Torque has the stretch for round number 2. You know, an underhand pitch got the job done, 2 away. Back to your memory bank. Sandy Alcantara, Daniel Stump. Sandy Alcantara, Daniel Stump. Got the cut man in the corner.
Who's gonna leave? Oh no! See, this is when the guys come out. The umpires are like, "Hey, if you don't get out of here, I'm actually going to eject you."
And not for this. We got.
I won.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful thing. Johnny, you remember it?
Dude, I remember that. I remember Stumper. Remember San Jacinto College, junior college?
San Jack.
Yeah, there you go, the San Jack. We went out North Campus in Houston, Texas, and then when we came back, I remember Daniel and I went to a local driving range here and tried to see who could hit it further.
And he just made it back in time for first pitch.
And we went to Primanti Brothers in Pittsburgh one time. I remember this. We were making sandwiches at Primanti Bros, right? And Stumper's out there with like a serrated edge cutting this big loaf. And it was like, Daniel, please, for the love.
Did you guys have a podcast or a buddy cop movie or something? You guys did a lot.
We covered a lot of ground when Daniel was here.
Fly ball right center field, and that's going to get down. A little end of the bat shot for DeLauder. And a 2-out single brings up Ramirez.
DeLauder's a lot better at hitting than those sandwiches taste in Pittsburgh.
Oh, come on.
That's a little slider away. He's got a good line drive stroke. DeLauder does. And you can see after he hit it, he's upset he hit it off the end of the bat, but it's still a knock. Yeah, that's when you know you got a good swing.
It stayed up just enough for him to be able to shoot that out there. But I'm amazed at how he covers everything.
Oh, that ball inside yesterday off the plate. He hit down the right field line.
Yeah, and then off of Summers as we get another challenge. A pitch away he was able to handle.
Detroit is challenging.
T-Mobile ABS challenge. It's ball 1 or strike 1. See if the Tigers are out of challenges or if they got this right. Oh, boy.
Detroit is out of challenges.
You don't see Dylan miss that big.
Tigers are out of challenges in a 1-run game. It's up and out. Cincinnati's taken an 8-4 lead on the White Sox. Tyler Stevenson, a 3-run homer. So there's some ground to possibly be made up, though it's early in that game. Bottom 4. 2-0. Oh, Dingler wants to challenge. He doesn't have one.
Sure did.
Man.
That is killer.
Think he's swinging 3-0?
I don't think so.
Not right now.
Yeah.
It's ball 4. Just with the way he's gone.
Right.
Would you all agree?
Yeah, I think, you know, in a different time, basically any time in the last 10 years, up until about a month ago, he would have.
You don't think, though, just because he's scuffling and he says, you
Well, I
know
think he's
what,
late on
this
the fastball.
might be, he
Right.
is, but
You know,
this
that's the
might
problem.
be, this might be my
Right.
moment that I can. I know I'm getting a fastball.
Yeah.
But we'll never know.
When you're chronically late on the fastball, you just lose the confidence for a minute. Then you're just trying to get on base, try to get your wings under you, get on base, do something for the team, because you know right now he's been the heartbeat of this team for 10+ years. So you know it's wearing on him. That couple big spots, he hasn't got the hit, he hasn't made the play lately.
It's got to be, you know, for as much as he just, and he's still actively involved. You can see him just, you know, trying to will the team on, and then just to be kind of performing like the way he is. I mean, perfect example is that first inning where he had a chance to drive in a run and hit that little weak pop-up, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you see on that list, the guys he's behind, you have 2 player managers, 1 guy they named the team after, and the all-time doubles leader. Those are the 3 guys he's behind in most WAR in Cleveland history, as Lowe takes high for ball 1. And now Montero has to get on the horse real fast. Critical spot in this game. Ball 2.
You seen him want to go to that slider when he needs a strike today. But when the fastball's spraying for Montero, I'm going to try to correction pitch here.
And he's been able to land that slider too today.
Big slider, Dan. 2-1.
You know, and this is just to get me over 1-2, and you have to do that. I mean, if you're 2-0, you can't try to throw a really nasty perfects one. You just got to get me over.
3 balls and a strike on Lowe.
If you can't find your fastball, but you feel confidence throwing a strike with a breaking ball,
and that's
you
what
just
we
got to
were,
run to it.
That's
right?
what we were saying with Parker Messick. He was doing the same thing. It's just like, hey, you got to get into until you find it again. You got to trust that you're going to find it. It's your bread and butter pitch.
3-1. He swung at a high fastball. Javi is there.
Sometimes people do you a favor in this game. The Tigers get out of it. That was a big spot, and I think Lowe wanted that one back.
See you post game, Dirks?
See you post game, absolutely.
Montero.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
If the Tigers score 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries.
Oh, did you see that? That's a Dingler dinger. Ring when Dylan dings.
Ring the bell.
That is great. That's going to get a midi.
I like the Dylan, the Dingler dinger. Say that 5 times as fast as you can.
I will try not to. That's our Metro Detroit Ram Dealers Midi Awards coming up at the end of the month. But that is the #1 art project that we've seen this month for sure. Although the Magana goggles with the chain, the combo Max Clark Kevin McGonigal is a nice look. This was an art project to the stars. Fly ball, foul, right-hand side on a play. You were talking in the break about Lowe's swing on 3-1. You made an interesting point. I hope you can share it with the viewers.
Well, just thinking about how good Joe Adell and Nathaniel Lowe, those acquisitions are. One a power hitter from the right side, one from the left side. And just when you're struggling offensively, you're getting shut out, you think he's trying to do a little bit too much for his new team. Like, oh, here's a big situation for me. This is why they got me. I'm going to get a fastball, and I'm going to jump all over it and be a hero. And you end up probably swinging at ball 4 and making the 3rd out. You just wonder if those are some of the things going through the minds of some of these guardian hitters, especially in new acquisitions.
You wouldn't blame anybody for thinking that.
No, not at all.
I mean, you felt it with new teams, not necessarily at the deadline, but
There's
with new teams.
No question. Anytime you sign, that's why free agent signings are always fun to watch, when somebody gets big money.
Ooh, carving board. Strike 3. 1 away. McGonigal will bat. I'm told there is another possible sign of the month. Oh, that's an ROY split into thirds for Kevin McGonigal. That's nice. If you're going to bring a big sign, you want to make sure that you can rip it in half or in thirds, so it's able to meet the specifications here at the ballpark. But we had the person who had to rip their sign in half, so maybe that was just pre-ripped in solidarity with the previous sign that had to get torn down the middle. If so, that's like contemporary art. That is fantastic.
It's not even creased. It's just perfect tears right down in thirds.
Crease Olsen.
Not creased on a. How's he doing? Rehabbing.
Yeah, we were talking to Jackson Jobe actually on the podcast, which will come out shortly. Jackson had a seat yesterday, and he was talking about the guys rehabbing down there and the group that they had. So chopper to second base. Bazzana rushes over and throws out McGonigal for out number 2. But you think of the guys that were down there rehabbing together, like Jackson Jobe and Parker Meadows and Reese Olson. It's a fun group. You wish they all were here playing in the majors, but you'll see when the podcast comes out. But Jackson talked pretty honestly about how isolating it can be, just being at home and not having anybody around as you're rehabbing, and then just getting to be around the field with the guys to talk about anything but baseball, because you lose your identity when you're not playing the game that you love so much.
It's taken away from you. I can't imagine going through a 14 or 15 month pitch. There's that curveball for you again.
I mean, it looks like it gets sucked into a wind tunnel.
It's just reaches out there and just grabs the wind and just pulls it right over the plate.
Credit Messick for finding his fastball after that rocky inning back in the third. Double hit by pitch, walk, and then he got the RBI ground out and then 2 strikeouts to keep it a 1-run game. It's a little bit low, 2-2. Now remember, the Tigers are out of challenges. If that went as a strike, the inning would have been over. Uh-oh, Valencia. Messick knew it, so did Valencia. 2-0. The reactions said it all. He's got a lot of power in that bat, man.
I'm going to say he's come up with some big hits. It seems like most of everything that comes off of his bat is hit hard. Went to that well and one too many times on that curveball. Just talk about hopefully he makes a mistake with one of those secondary pitches, and he did. We saw Glaber's home run yesterday. It's one of those breaking balls that just kind of lands into the happy zone. But Eduardo Valencia is just a strong character. He can go out anywhere in the ballpark, right field, right center, center field, or pull it.
And just a little bit of comfort with a 2-run lead instead of 1. At least a solo homer doesn't force you into a tie or a situation where you really have to rifle through the bullpen in possible extra innings. But Valencia in 46 plate appearances, has 5 home runs. That is 3rd fastest for the Tigers.
I just think of the outs that he makes, like when he ended that game in San Francisco, a ball that was crushed and the air held it up. But even his outs, it just seems like are hit hard. Constantly putting up really good at-bats.
Three-two. Torkelson takes ball 4. There is action in the Cleveland bullpen. And we'll see. Yes, in fact, Craig Yoho is coming in to replace Parker Messick. I mean, all it takes is one look. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, this has 2 subjects. So maybe $2 grand. He knew it when he hit it, and Messick did too.
So did Austin Hedges. They both were putting their heads down like, oh, no.
Our Comerica Bank game summary. You mentioned off the top, Dan Petrie, how strong of a pitching matchup this would be, and it has been.
Yeah, just think about the Tigers did a nice job of working Parker Messick just to get him out of the game through 101 pitches. And now it's good turned over to this this bullpen for the Guardians, and going to get Zach McKinstry to hit here for How You Lee.
Against Yoho, who was our wall side windows pitching change late of the Brewers organization. He was over in the Bo Naylor trade just recently. He spins in a strike. That was 12 days ago. Former Brewer traded to Cleveland with Blake Perkins, who's in AAA Columbus right now, the defensive-minded outfielder. Zemak hits it in the air for left field. Joe Adell camps under it and makes the catch. But the Tigers add on 2-0 lead on the Bet365 scoreboard to the 7th. Tigers Foundation Day here on our telecast on Detroit Sportsnet. We thank you for joining us wherever you might be on Fox 2, over the air, across the state, across the region. And if you'd like to be a part of Tigers Foundation Day and help raise a little bit of money and contribute, you can scan that QR code right there. Just take out your cell phone, put it on camera, lock in on that code in the bottom left. It'll take you to a website where you can bid on a Riley Green package, a Tigers alumni mystery package as well, where you can get a autographed jersey or bat from Miguel Cabrera, Willie Horton, Lance Parrish, Alan Trammell, so many Tigers greats. There are a couple of those remaining. A Riley Green package left. There you see Mr. Horton out on the wall in his 23 with all the greats, and rightfully so. There's a 1-0. It's up and in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, that bat that they're auctioning off, the Willie Horton bat, feels like it has steel in it. Talked to Willie not too long ago about how big a bat he uses, and I can't even imagine a guy strong enough to swing this one, but Willie certainly was. I think it was 38 or 39 ounce bat he used.
You handed it to me.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't it feel like it's got steel in the barrel?
He's a strong guy.
Oh, he is. I mean, this thing.
3-0 is a called strike on Adell. 3-1 here in the 7th. Montero starts 3-0. He's at 87 pitches now. Tyler Holton was loosening during the 6th. He's still up with Bazana next. And the 3-1 is just touched out in front of the plate. That's Dingler to zing it over. And Torque did hold the bag somehow. Evidently, Sandy Alomar Jr. in the first base coaching box looks in the dugout immediately. They feel like this will not be an out, and they're going to challenge. Cleveland will.
Boy, it just looked like
Cleveland is challenging the out call.
It's a manager's challenge brought to you by Mazda. It did look like Torque was off when he caught it.
It did. He had to kind of dance around with his feet to, one thing, secure the ball and then try to find it. Reaches out over here.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he went back for the bag, which usually is a telltale sign. But, Dan, can you say that he was off, though?
Yeah, I mean, if we'll have another angle possibly, you know, from more like the Cleveland dugout, just to see if that toe was on there. Yeah, that's what we saw live, was just how quick that foot snapped off of there.
I don't know if it's easy to overturn, though. Would be the question that I would have is, do you have enough to say he is really off the bag there when he pulls it in? Is the toe still on when the ball hits the mitt proper? Again, the call on the field is out, so you'd need enough evidence to overturn. What do you think?
You know, I'm just trying to think. I mean, they put paint on those bags, and I don't know if there's something that shoots up right when the ball hits Torque's glove. It's almost like looked like there was paint or something shot up in the air, meaning that it would have still been on the bag.
This Mazda manager's challenge from the Shaner Roofing wire cam.
After review, the call to field stands, the runner's out.
That's the thing. Was there enough to overturn? They might have been right. Torque might not have had the bag. A.J. Hinch's going to get in the getaway car and make the pitching change. But if finally A.J. gets a call stands for the Tigers.
Exactly.
And Montero's going to hear it from the crowd. And he deserves it. What an outing.
What an outing is right. I mean, it just seemed like he was in complete control, never, ever was overwhelmed by the situation, and lots of soft contact. Outstanding outing coming off his start in San Francisco. Cater Montero-like.
Of our own.
Well, I know this was just kind of a rough throw, but watch Dylan Dingler hop out of here and push this ball right down into the ground. That ball's bouncing. If he tries to barehand that and just kind of grasp it, it's gonna bobble, but he takes that ball and pushes it right down into the ground to make sure he's got a good grip to make a strong throw to first base. Just kind of pulled Torque off the bag, but really good example of not trying to just grasp that ball where it hits your hand and he bobbles it or it gets away from him. He pushes it into the ground to secure it to be able to throw it to first base.
Ball sign windows pitching change. Tyler Holton, who will leave it to Torque. Out number 2 in the 7th inning. But back to Montero. It's our Call Sam best call. If you were picking a most valuable pitcher for the Tigers this year, and we talked about this about a month ago, I still think you could argue it's Montero.
Yes, it doesn't matter which role he is in. That's what's so impressive. He's been such a consistent starter, but then when he came out and started pitching out of the bullpen, he was just as valuable out of the bullpen. And never complained. He said, you know what, whatever I want, whatever the team needs for me to do, I'll do. But I've always said, too, that's, you can just say that, just to be the good teammate and everything. But to really mean it, like Cater did, and go out and do it, that's exactly what he did, and so did Tyler Holt.
And grow while he's doing it, too, Montero. He's really matured. 2-0 Tigers. Figer lost, 7th inning stretch right now. Dan, Cater Montero today.
Well, how about just, when you got a game with no strikeouts, how do you get it done? You get it done by getting soft contact, a lot of lazy fly balls, a lot of pop-ups, a lot of soft ground balls, little choppers, just keeping those infielders on their toes. Keep Ben Malgeri especially active out there in right field. Now that's how you do it. Make pitches to get uncomfortable swings and soft contact.
With that, the Tigers have the lead at 2-0, and Max Clark stands in against Yoho, Craig Yoho of Fishers, Indiana. He was a Tiger back in the day. He was a Fishers Tiger. He started his college career at Houston, transferred back near home in Indiana. But a Midwest kid nonetheless.
And another one that's got a really good changeup, as Max Clark will attest to so far.
Ground ball to first. Low to Yoho. One away. Bet365 odds update goes like this for Javier Baez, who doubled in the third and is looking for that second hit to hit the plus 220 over. The score is held fairly steady in Chicago now. It's 8-5 Cincinnati after 5. The White Sox have used Eric Fetty for 3 innings out of the bullpen. So we'll see, if they come back in that game, they're really going to have to rip through that bullpen to get some outs.
And that might be just the Reds bullpen is scuffled at times also.
8-5 doesn't feel exactly airtight, but we have a 7-day free trial, by the way. If you're joining us not on DSN, if you're watching over the air today in one of our over the air games, and we thank Fox 2 and all our stations for that partnership, 7-day free trial. Scan that QR code for Detroit Sportsnet. Red Wings, Tigers, 7-day free trial. National exclusivities do apply. That free trial ends 10 a.m. on Saturday. If you'd like to hop in on it, you've got a couple of days, but I've always heard if it's going to take you 5 minutes or less, do it now, so stuff doesn't pile up.
That's the way I do it. I can't. It's got to be done immediately.
Yeah, it's a better way to get through baseball season is do it when you think of it, or else you go home and there's a stack of magazines in the corner, and you go, I don't even subscribe to this. We want you to subscribe to our video magazine. Strike 3 from Yoho Tobias, and this from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
2 gone, bases clear, 7th inning. Tigers trying to win the series against Cleveland, and yet again, it's a tight game. Let's look at a chopper to third that's foul. It's off of Malgiri at the plate. It is strike 1 to Ben, who's played a nice right field this afternoon. Ben Malgiri made one of the underrated defensive plays of the day when he made sure a single wasn't a double early in the game in the right center field alleyway. Breaking ball changeup in for a strike, 0-2. 31,000 plus here on a Thursday day game. The series just under 95,000. Henao has it tick off his glove. This could be 2 bases. Malgiri thought about it and then slows to a stop. Left fielder Adele came scrambling in to make sure it wasn't a double.
Boy, and Anthony Sanders down at first base was really on Ben Malgiri. He was getting really animated. Go, 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 go. Hold up. And just slammed on the brakes just as he turned that corner and saw where Joe Adele was. Look at Rocchio jumping up, trying to help him out, come up with that ball.
You saw Anthony Sanders on that Shaner Roofing wire cam look, trying to urge him to give him the chance to send him to second. Go to first. .640 start time tomorrow. 1:10 Saturday, 1:40 Sunday. 3-game series with the White Sox. Go to first. Ben Malgiri again hurries back. If things continue the way they are on the south side of Chicago, the Tigers would come into that series with Chicago 2.5 back. That would mean a sweep would get you first place, which is really quite the trick after a 6-22 May.
I mean, and the last time the White Sox were here, it was a sweep.
That's exactly right.
You know, so and just the way the Tigers, the confidence that they're playing with right now. All right, so Yoho last pitched on Sunday, and he took the loss, got hit around a little bit, and he's given up home runs in his last 2 games. Glaber's in a nice count right here.
A little bit behind the 2-seamer, 3-2.
Big swing.
You were thinking big swing, weren't you?
Yeah,
You didn't finish the equation, but that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, just saying, just make it 3 games in a row, just to give you a little more distance in this 2-0 game.
.3-2. There goes Malgiri at strike 3, and the inning's over. To the 8th, 6 outs to get for a series win for the Tigers.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Angel Martinez will hit for Austin Hedges, and with that, Chris Fetter is going to go out to the mound to talk to Tyler Holton about the scouting report.
That was a late visit too. I mean, you knew that he was going to hit, and it's almost like they wanted to just kind of freeze him a little bit.
Put him in the cooler like a kicker.
Yeah, just wait till he steps in the box, and okay, not so fast.
I mean, part of it is he swung at literally every first pitch he saw yesterday.
Yeah. You know, let him you know, simmer there for a little bit.
A slow boil. Holton to Martinez. Huh. He wanted a fastball.
You know, but I mean, how good is it if you're going to be a real aggressive hitter and you're going to come out of your shoes thinking you're going to get a four-seam fastball right down the middle and you pull out the changeup? Really good pitch selection.
Then you fan him a cutter inside 1-1 as Jacob Waguespack is warming in the Tigers bullpen, by the way. There he is with that iconic glove. Kenley Jansen in the background. Might be his 9th inning. This is served to right, a base hit for Martinez. All he has done is hit against the Tigers in this series.
Yeah, just got that four-seam up and out over the plate and didn't try to pull it. Just kept that nice level swing, that nice level stroke, and just shot it into right field.
All right, now Rocchio, who's got 7 hits against the Tigers this year, 28 at bats, but he has flipped the card enough times that he is a danger and a known one. Take strike 1.
Both switch hitters too, Martinez and Rocchio. More power, higher average from the left side. That's why A.J. Hinch is staying with Tyler Holton instead of bringing in Waguespack just to flip those left-handed hitters around.
And then you've got the lefties coming up, Kwan and DeLauder. Plus Ramirez after, who you figure Waguespack would be for.
Exactly. The way that we've seen AJ pull that yesterday with Ty Madden.
On 2 strikes, a fly ball straight away center field. Max Clark makes the catch. And the Tigers are 5 outs away, Dan, from finishing a shutout with no strikeouts, which would be an interesting little bit of history. The last time the Tigers threw a shutout with no strikeouts was July 1st of 14, and it was the last time it happened in the league at all.
I can imagine that in a era that is all about high velocity and plenty of spin, and what the Tigers already have, what is it, 12 shutouts, I believe it is, as a staff.
That is foul, and it's off of Kwan, who crumples down to the ground. Wiping off his arm after he hit the deck, but he fouled that ball off of his leg, the back of his knee. Ugh.
Boy, that's that sinker that just bores in the hands of those left-handed hitters, and there's not a whole lot you can do and hit that straight down. Stephen Kwan with not any padding at all on his shins, elbow, wrist, nothing.
He's right back in. 1-1 is there, a strike. 1-2. Our CNL Ward on deck hitter is the powerhouse rookie Chase DeLauder, who is angling to be the tying run or the lead run, depending on what Kwan does. Now he's hit the ball on the ground 3 times, and he does so here. It's to third base. It's McGonigal. The turn is not in time. 2 out in the inning. It was nearly a double play through Javi Baez.
And just that's the way that Stephen Kwan just kind of slaps at the ball and just kind of dribbled it out there to third base. Just wasn't quite hit hard enough. And Kwan runs well, plus he's coming out of that left-handed hitter batter's box, so a little bit closer to first. Javi tried to do everything he could to get as much on that throw. Just came up a little short.
Now DeLauder. Ball one, no challenges available to the Tigers.
See if Tyler Holton does stay away from DeLauder with pitches like that, the sinker or his cutter, the sweeper.
You saw the 7 hits in the series, 12 this season for DeLauder in 33 at-bats against the Tigers.
And you think that if he gets something inside, as much as he cheats to it, he's going to think about it right here on this pitch.
Good solid strike, 2-1. He backpedaled out of the box.
Staying outside with that sinker and that cutter. That cutter's been such a valuable weapon in that turnaround in Tyler Holton's season over the last 2.5 months.
Chopper to first. Torkelson runs to the bag and ends the inning. 2-0 Tigers trying to win the series against Cleveland with the White Sox coming in. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. By Farmers Insurance. Get a quote at farmers.com. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Tigers are trying to be winners for 2 of 3 here in Cleveland. Our Wallside Windows pitching change, Franco Aleman for the 2nd time in this series.
Aleman looked good on Tuesday. Pitched an inning, walk one with a strikeout, but has another one of those different deliveries, very disruptive to the hitters with that low arm angle. That's a really good fastball. And also that slider that he showed and the changeup.
1 ball, 1 strike on Dylan Dingler. Dingler, McGonigal, Valencia is scheduled for the Tigers in the 8th. 2-1. Tigers are a half game back of the final wild card spot, 3.5 of first in the American League Central. With 40 games remaining after tomorrow. That'll be 41 after today. Foul ball. And this from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
2-2 for Dingler. Outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. McGonigal next. 3-2. Dingler skies at first base. Nathaniel Lowe strays into foul ground and makes the catch. Tigers Foundation Day almost coming to an end here, and there are still some packages available. If you'd like to have some Tigers memorabilia in your pocket by the end of the game, scan that QR code right there on the screen. Get out your phone camera and put your camera right on that code on the right side of the graphic. And you can jump in. You can also just donate there, whatever you'd like to give to the Tigers Foundation. We heard from Miracle Little League. We heard from the Children's Center. And some wonderful causes here for Tigers Foundation Day. And a bunch of people have just donated just to donate, not to get any memorabilia. But if you want the memorabilia, it's there with some great Tigers legends, Riley Green stuff as well on that website if you scan that QR code. And we thank you for watching wherever you might be, not just for supporting the Tigers Foundation, but also for being a part of our day so often. Whether it's on Fox 2, on DSN, on any of our affiliates, it's great to have you along. 0-2. McGonigal takes high. Night game tomorrow, day game Saturday, Sunday. This place should be lively this weekend. The White Sox are in first place. The Tigers could, if everything goes right, have a crack at first place by Sunday. 2-2. McGonigal shoots it to right. That was a high slider, and Kevin McGonigal laid waste to it.
You know, you can keep him quiet for just so long, and you just know that somebody's going to pay sooner or later. And after coming in just over his first three, Kevin McGonigal gets that hanging slider and puts a beautiful looking swing on it. Boy, that just looks like he's just taking batting practice. Just right up there, just with that nice little smooth swing.
He'll be on at first. Colt Keith will grab a bat. It's a pinch hit for Valencia. There goes McGonigal. He got a great jump, and he is safe at second base on the throw from Bailey, who tried to gain ground. McGonigal had too good of a run at it.
Boy, I just love the fact that Patrick Bailey, being in the game, just came into the game, and Kevin McGonigal didn't waste any time. I want to be aggressive. I want to get into scoring position. Put some pressure on Patrick Bailey to come in and make a strong throw. And now you got two cracks at it with Valencia, who's already homered, and Spencer Torkelson has been red hot.
It's a ball high, 1-1.
Excuse me, yeah, Colt Keith.
Colt's got his 8 home runs this year. He'd love to have number 9.
Boy, I just take a base hit right now just to drive in that run. Just so you have got a little bit of, okay, you know, if somebody gets on base, you don't have to worry about somebody hitting a 2-run shot.
Especially with Jose Ramirez leading off, Nathaniel Lowe following, then Adele. It's the middle of the order.
Middle of the order, exactly.
Three and 1 for Keith. Tim Herron is warming in the Cleveland bullpen. You figure that would be for McKinstry, with how much Herron gets lefties out more than righties. Zip on that fastball at 96 coming in, 3-2.
It does. If you were thinking, Colt Keith was thinking just like you. Figured, I'm going to get a 4-seam fastball. I'm going to take a big hack at it. Just came up empty.
He almost rushed that to the plate. Aleman walks Keith. 2 on, 1 out for Spencer Torkelson. And here comes Carl Willis to have a conversation with his pitcher, Aleman. So for as tight as these games have been, the Tigers and Guardians have played 7 straight 2-run games, and it's been back and forth this series. The Tigers-White Sox series has been just the opposite. The White Sox swept the Tigers the final 3 days in May. Then, as you said, Dan, the White Sox came in here the 19th through the 21st of June, and the Tigers rolled them out of here with a 3-game sweep of their own.
I mean, it was just completely different, too. I mean, the White Sox, and playing in front of their home crowd, they were electric, and they played really well that series. And then the Tigers turned the pages on them right here in front of their home crowd, and they played a really good series. So it's going to be very interesting this coming weekend.
Yeah, let's hope it's real loud in here. I mean, if you're going to make it to one more series this year, this is a big one coming up. Strike 1 to Torrey.
And I would imagine that, being that it's the weekend, that Chicago's going to travel pretty well too, and there's going to be a lot of their fans here, so drown them out.
Should be great weather.
Is it? I haven't looked.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's going to be warm.
It's summer here. It's going to be nice. We haven't played rain delay questions in forever.
Well, that's the first thing I think of is, you know it's going to be warm and humid. It's just how much of the wet stuff is in the forecast.
Nah, we're good. That's non-binding. 2-1 for Torque. Ground ball left side. That's a knock. McGonigal to third. He's around the bag. Throw from left field is offline. 3-0 Tigers. Some breathing room here in the 8th.
There's Spencer Torkelson again. Just trying not to do too much and just come up big with a base hit. Gets that fastball right down the middle of the plate. I mean, earlier in the season, he might take a big swing and try to hit one out of here, but he just says, I'm going to stay under control and hammer that ball as a base hit, driving another big run. Kevin McGonigal again starting that inning off. Spread that lead, that Tigers lead, to 3-0.
And Tim Herron will come in. The Tigers have knocked out Alimon. 3-0 in the 8th, trying to add on. Tim Herron is on our wall side windows. Pitching change, and he'll face Zach McKinstry. Stephen Vogt trying to figure out these final 2 outs in the 8th inning.
And since Herron has returned from the IL on July 24th, he's had a rough go of it. 7 innings pitched, giving up 5 runs, 10 hits. And as always for Herron, just that he can get a little wild and spray the ball also.
Ball and a strike on McKinstry. Spencer Torkelson RBI single. He's 2 for 3 on base 3 times today. He's at first. Keith at second. Tigers trying to build this lead, and McKinstry slams it foul. 1-2. The White Sox are still trailing 9-5 in the top of the 7th inning at Rate Field, and they've used 4 pitchers today after the ejection of Davis Martin. So we'll see what's left in that bullpen cabinet tomorrow when the White Sox arrive, whenever they do arrive.
But Tim Herron trying to keep Cole Keith there at second base, just like Alimon did with McGonigal. Just watching that secondary lead, just trying to shorten it up just enough to try to keep that runner from scoring. But the Tigers continue to get, Cole Keith is getting a good secondary lead.
Two right to second base. Now Max Clark will face a left-hander. He's done pretty well against left-handed pitching so far in his very short major league career.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where that at-bat that he had last night, even though it ended on a strikeout, that 12-pitch at-bat off of Cade Smith, you'd like to see him get rewarded here. 0 for 3 so far today's game.
Cleveland is challenging.
We got an ABS challenge by Bailey. That is a strike according to Fighter Law's ABS challenge. It is a strike on Clark.
Just love to see him take one of those sinkers or sliders just the other way.
Oh, and 2.
Kind of hacked that way, like he was going that way.
Felt like it, didn't it?
Yeah, he's just kind of got into a little bit of pull mode in these 3 at-bats. A ground out to second, a couple of ground outs to first base.
Oh, tough catch for Bailey, and he spit it back out, rejected, and an extra base for Cole Keith, who scampers on over.
Boy, that was a strange one. Almost looked like one of those cross-ups, or almost like off his foot.
You ever play mini golf and you hit it up the hill and you just think you got enough of it and it comes rolling back down at you?
Yeah, it looked like he thought he had it, and then it just kind of kicked off his shoe.
Max just stands right in there, right? This could have been an uncomfortable looking at bat the way he's been pitched. He saw that fastball the whole way.
Yeah, just, and they're throwing him in. Just throw something away.
Okay, chopper to third, and now is right there. Is everything you wanted it to be except for the result.
Yeah, right at him instead of in that hole, but still a nice at bat. And now, hopefully, no
shenanigans.
Right. 1, 2, 3, ninth. Let's hope.
With a 3-0 lead, thanks to Torque and McGonigal.
Logan Reaver here with Andy Durst getting you set for Tigers postgame. Cater Montero, theme of the day. Not a lot of punch-outs, but the sinker and slider getting him out of a couple of big spots there, Andy.
Just stayed off the barrel enough today. The boys made the plays behind him. Cater had a good outing. Tigers faced tough pitching. Scrapped a few, took some hits, and a big pop by Valencia. Now, Dan, Petrie wants no shenanigans, and I don't think we're going to see shenanigans. Let's go a non-shenanigan-ish.
It's easy with
top
us,
of the
right?
ninth.
No shenanigans.
None. No tomfoolery either while we're at it. Kenley Jansen is on, looking for the save. He'll face Jose Ramirez, and the first pitch is a strike. A cutter that just wanted to visit.
And that's the way Kenley was going after Jose Ramirez on Tuesday. Those cutters on the inside part of the plate.
All side windows pitching change brings in Jansen. It's a pop-up for strike 2.
Trying to get just that result right there. Hopefully get a cutter underneath it and get a nice little lazy pop-up or fly ball.
Kenley is 10 saves shy of 500 for his major league career. 490 as he stands there and fires, and the 0-2 is fouled off to the right side. Series is on the line. Tigers against the Guardians. Tigers have not lost back-to-back games this month. It's August the 13th. Oh, 2. Fly ball right field. Malgeri is back. He makes the catch. Man, did he give it all on the accelerator to keep his feet for out number 1.
Boy, and Kenley again tried to change things up and went to that sinker on the inside part of the plate, and we've seen left-handed hitters have all kinds of success against that sinker, but Ben Malgeri was there to the rescue for the first out of the inning.
He's been so good today in right field, Ben.
Yes.
Aye, Captain.
Down the line, in the gap.
1 ball, 1 strike. Still, somehow, some way, the Tigers have the chance to complete a shutout in the year 2026 without a strikeout. Fouled back, 1-2. What say you, hot corner? The last time the Guardians were shut out and didn't strike out was right around the All-Star break in 1990.
That sounds like a Randy Johnson game.
Yeah, it might be a little early. It's popped up. Third base side, foul ground. It's a long run, and it drops. McGonigal and Dingler kind of looked at each other, and nobody made the catch.
Kevin McGonigal's got a long way to go, and Dylan was looking at him like, oh, you're going to get there, you're going to get there. Boy, that's frustrating. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt anything, and Kenley Jansen will pick up the first strikeout of the game right here.
Lowe hits it in the air straight away. Max Clark is underneath, 2 down, 1 out to get. Your answer, by the way, is Bill Swift.
Bill Swift.
In that game. 8 innings, 3 hits, no strikeouts. Mike Jackson closed it out. 2 down, Ninth inning, Joe Adell is the batter. Boy, he just missed the other night in that prospective comeback by Cleveland. Adell, line drive, left field, right at Z-Mac. The Tigers shut out the Guardians and win the series 2-1. And at this moment, at this very moment, the Tigers would be the final wild card team in the American League.
What a journey it's been, and they're so confident right now. And boy, what a big weekend. What an exclamation point to take this last game going into the weekend with a shutout. Love the way it ended. Fly ball to right, fly ball to center, fly ball to left, right around the horn. Good job, Kenley Jansen, for no shenanigans to shut out the Guardian.
That was as shenanigan-free of a ninth inning as you're going to get.
Yes.
You asked for it, you got it. 491 in the save column for Kenley Jansen, and the Tigers by shutout without a strikeout for the first time in Major League Baseball in 12 years. When the Tigers did it the 1st of July in 2014, the Tigers are victorious again in a win over Cleveland. And you know what? It kind of is happening again, because in the American League wild card, the Tigers, who have the tiebreaker against the Texas Rangers, would be the last wild card team in the American League. If the playoffs started right now, which they don't, but oh boy, if they could, the Tigers would be in the playoffs, Dan.
You know what? And again, what a journey it has been to get to this point. But I think there's bigger aspirations now. It's just like, yeah, we're happy to be where we're at, but we want more.
Well, they're 3 back of the White Sox right now. The White Sox are trailing, and the White Sox are in starting tomorrow here at Comerica Park. For sure, the biggest series of 2026 begins tomorrow, 6 o'clock airtime. We say farewell. Denny Blunt, Andrew Blaustein, the entire crew downstairs. Phenomenal job once again for Johnny Kane, Dan Petrie, Jason Benetti, saying farewell from Comerica Park. Curado postgame, Logan Reaver, Andy Dirks coming up next.
You've known us for a long time.
Sportsnet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by North Bloomfield Properties. Let them manage your rental home so you can enjoy your weekends again. Eduardo Valencia launching his 5th home run of the year. The hearts of the family going out. We will hear from the stars of